Hello everyone! My name is Alex and this is Sayam online math video. In our videos, we will learn about factors. In the first lesson, we will learn what is factors, how to find all the factors of a whole number, and how factors can help us solve multiplication and division problems faster and easier. So, are you ready? Let's get started. So, what is factor? Let's say I have 15 apples and I want to divide them in equal groups. I would like to divide them in 3 equal groups. Can I do that? Yes, if we will divide them in 3 equal groups, we will get 5 apples in each group. What if I want to divide them in 5 equal groups? Again, we can do that. If we will divide them in 5 equal groups, we will get 3 apples in each group. But what about 4 equal groups? Can we do that? Alright, if we will divide them in 4 equal groups, we will get 3 apples in each group. And we still have another 3 apples remain. And if we will give them to first 3 groups, it's not going to be fair and it's not going to be equal. So we have 3 apples in each group and 3 apples remaining. So what is factor? Factor is a number that can divide other number exactly without leaving any remainder. So 3 can divide 15 exactly in 5 equal parts. So 3 is a factor of 15. 5 also can divide 15 exactly in 3 equal parts. So 5 is a factor of 15 as well. But what about 4? 4 cannot divide 15 exactly in equal parts. We have 3 equal parts and 3 as a remainder. So 4 is not a factor of 15. So once again, the factor is a number that can divide other number exactly in equal parts without leaving any remainder. Now we have number 54, and you need to find out which of those 4 numbers are factors of 54. You will have only 1 minute. Let's start! I'm sure it was super easy. Now let's go through the answers. Let's divide 54 by 6. 54 divided by 6 is exactly 9. So what does it mean? Yes, 6 is a factor of 54. What about 8? Let's divide 54 by 8. 54 divided by 8, we will have 6 and remainder 6. So no, 8 is not a factor of 54. What about 5? Let's divide 54 by 5. Again, we cannot divide it exactly. We have 10 and remainder 4. So what does it mean? Yes, 5 is not a factor of 54. And the last, 9. 54 divided by 9 is 6. We got exactly 6. So, yes, 9 is a factor of 54. Easy, isn't it? As you can see, 6 is a factor of 54 and 9 is a factor of 54. So one number can have more than one factor. And sometimes we are asked to find all the factors of a number. To find all factors, we will test our number for divisibility. So we will divide our number by counting numbers from 1 and up, and we will see which numbers can divide it without leaving remainder. It sounds like a lot of work, but don't worry, it's not that bad. Let's find all the factors of number 20 by testing it for divisibility. So first we divide 20 by 1. 20 divided by 1 give exactly 20. So 20 is a factor of 20. At the same time, if we will divide 20 by 20, it will give us 1. So as you can see, both divisor and quotient are factors of our number. So by testing only one number, you can find two factors. It will make our testing so much quicker. So 1 and 20 are factors of 20. Also, all the numbers are divisible by 1 and by itself. So 1 and the number itself are always the factors of a number. Now let's try to divide it by 2. 20 divided by 2 is 10. And also again, if we divide 20 by 10, it will give us 2. So you can see again that both divisor and quotient are factors of the number. So 2 and 10 are factors of 20. Let's try 3. No, if we will divide 20 by 3, we will get 6 and remainder 2. So 3 is not a factor of 20. So let's cross it. Now let's try 4. 20 divided by 4 is 5. So both 4 and 5 are factors of 20. Next number is 5. But we already had 5. So when our number repeats, it means we are finished. We already found all the factors of the number. So you see, it's not that long. So the factors of 20 are 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, and 20. Now let's try to find all the factors of number 64. So as I told you before, 1 and number itself are always the factors of the number. So we already have two factors, 1 and 64. Now let's do testing for divisibility. So as we already have 1, we start dividing from 2. 64 divided by 2 is 32. So both 2 and 32 are factors of 64. Next, 3. No, we cannot divide 64 exactly by 3 without leaving any remainder. So 3 is not a factor of 64, so let's cross it. Next one, 4. Yes, 4 can divide 64 without remainder. So 4 and 16 are factors of 64. Next one, 5. No, we have remainder. So 5 is not a factor of 64. So let's cross it. Next one, 6. Again, if we divide by 6, we will have 10 and remainder 4. So 6 is not a factor of 64. So let's cross it. Next one, 7. Again, we have remainder. So 7 is not a factor. So let's cross it. Let's try 8. Yes, here we go. 64 is divisible by 8. So 8 is a factor of 64. As you can see, we have 8 as a divisor and 8 as a quotient. So when we have the doubles, it means we're done. We already found all the factors of a number. So the factors of 64 are 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, and 64. So once again, to find all the factors of whole number, we test it for divisibility. So 1 and number itself are always the factors of the number. After that, we divide our number by 2 and up. If our number is divisible without leaving any remainder, the divisor and quotient both are factors of our number. If you got divisor and quotient same, it means we have finished. We found all the factors. Or if factors in two tests repeat, it also means you finished. You found all factors. Now, when you know how to find all factors of a number, let's practice. You will have 3 numbers and you will need to find all factors of those numbers. You will have 5 minutes to list all the factors. Let's start! Was it easy? I'm pretty sure about that. So now let's go through the answers. First, number 36. As I told you before, we can straight write two factors, 1 and number itself. 1 and 36. Now let's divide by 2. 36 divided by 2 give us 18. So we got another two factors, 2 and 18. Let's try to divide by 3. And again, we don't have remainder. So we got another two factors, 3 and 12. Let's try 4. And 4 will give us another two factors, 4 and 9. What about 5? No, 5 can divide 36 without remainder. So 5 is not a factor. And 6, yes. 6 give us the quotient 6. And as we got the doubles, what does it mean? Yes, we done. We list all the factors. Let's move to next number, 84. Again, what two factors we can write straight? Right, 1 and 84. Let's divide by 2. We've got the factors 2 and 42. What about 3? 84 also divisible by 3, so we got factors 3 and 28. Let's try 4. Yes, we've got another two factors, 4 and 21. What about 5? No, 84 not divisible by 5. We have remainder 4. So let's cross it. Next one, 6. Yes, 84 is divisible by 6. So we can write another two factors, 6 and 14. Next one, 7. 84 is divisible by 7 as well. So another two factors, 7 and 12. What about 8? No, 8 cannot divide 84 without remainder, so let's cross it. 9. Again, we've got the remainder, so let's cross it. And now we've got doubles. Yes, this 9 got the remainder, 3, but it's also same as doubles. We have 9 and 9. So we're done with this number. And let's move to the last number, 160. Once again, which number we write straight? Yes, 1 and 160. Now divide by 2. We've got factors 2 and 80. Let's try divide by 3. No, we've got the remainder, so let's cross it. 4. 160 is divisible by 4, so another two factors, 4 and 40. 5. 5 give us the quotient 32, so we got another two factors, 5 and 32. What about 6? No, 6 give us remainder, so let's cross it. 7. 7 also give us remainder. Let's cross it. What about 8? 160 can be divided without remainder by 8. So another two factors are 8 and 20. 9. 9 give us remainder. So let's cross it. 10. Yes, 160 has 0 in the end, so for sure it's divisible by 10. And another two factors, 10 and 16. What about 11? 11 give us remainder. Let's cross it. 12. 12 also give us remainder. Let's cross it. And let's try 13. And 13 give us remainder as well. Let's cross it. And 13 repeat in 2 tests. So we're done. I hope your lists of the factors are the same as mine, and I'm pretty sure about that. Factors can help us solve some math problems easier. For example, factors can be very helpful with simplifying fractions. Also, we can use factors to make some multiplication and division problems easier. We have 56 divided by 7, which is equal 8. So we know that 7 and 8 are factors of 56. And when we will multiply 7 times 8, we will get product 56. So 56 can be written as a multiplication problem, 7 times 8, where 7 is a factor of 56 and 8 is a factor of 56. So each number can be written as multiplication of its factors. And it can help us with some multiplication and division problems. For example, we need to multiply 25 times 24. To multiply these numbers, we need to write it in the column and do a lot of calculations. By knowing the factors, we can make it easier. We can write 24 as multiplication of its factors. 4 times 6. Now our problem will look like 25 times 4 times 6. Now we can use associative property of multiplication to regroup. So first we multiply 25 times 4. And it's very easy to multiply 25 times 4. It will give us 100. And now it's also very easy to multiply 100 times 6. We just add 2 zeros to the 6 and our answer is 600. So as you can see, in the beginning, multiplication 25 times 24 looked difficult. But when we break it into the factors, the calculation gets so much easier. The answer is 600. Now let's look at another example. 18 times 35. Again, you need to do calculation in the column, but let's use the factors. 18 can be written as multiplication of factors, 3 times 6. And 35 can be written as multiplication of its factors, 5 times 7. Now our problem will look like 3 times 6 times 5 times 7. Now let's use associative property of multiplication and regroup our numbers. We can multiply first 6 with 5 and 3 with 7. So 6 times 5 will give us 30 times 3 times 7. Now let's regroup again and multiply 30 with 3. 30 times 3 is 90. 90 times 7. And now it's easy to multiply 90 and 7, which will give us 630. Our answer is 630. So once again, to make multiplication easier, we can rewrite numbers as a multiplication of its factors. And after that, when we multiply 3 or more numbers, we can switch the numbers and the answer would be the same. So we regroup numbers to make calculation easier. Now let's look on division. We need to divide 384 by 16. So now we need to do long division and spend a lot of time for long division. But other way, we can rewrite our divisor as a multiplication of its factors. So 16 can be written as 4 times 4. And now we can divide 384 first by 4, and after that, a quotient of this division, we divide by second 4. So 384 we divide by 4, and again divide by 4. So we can use short division. 3 divided by 4. We can divide 38. 4 goes into 38 9 times. Okay, and remainder 2. Now 24. 4 goes into 24 6 times. So the quotient of first division is 96. Now we divide this quotient by second 4. 4 goes into 9 2 times. And we have remainder 1. And 4 goes into 16 4 times. So our answer is 24. So it's so much easier than doing long division. But let's look one more example. 468 we need to divide by 18. Let's write 18 as multiplication of its factors. 6 times 3. So now we need to divide 468 first by 3 and after that by 6 using short division. So 3 goes into 4 1 time and we have remainder 1. 3 goes into 16 5 times and again remainder 1. And 3 goes into 18 6 times. Now the quotient 156 we divide by 6. 6 goes into 15 2 times and remainder 3. Now 6 goes into 36 6 times and our answer is 26. So factors can make solving division problems so much easier. So we need to rewrite divisor as a multiplication of its factors, and after that we divide our dividend first by first factor, after that by second factor. Alright guys, we will practice some more solving multiplication and division problems by using factors in the beginning of next video. I'm sure after learning factors, multiplication and division problems would be much easier for you. As a homework, you will need to complete factoring worksheets. And I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!